I was a mischievous teenager. I stayed in trouble. Got my grades, but I stayed in trouble. I can remember 6th grade, before school, we drink moonshine and whiskey on the bus stop before we got on the bus. And I believe it was about middle of the school year, I got suspended, got caught drinking on the bus. I got suspended from middle school for 4 days, and I thought my father was gonna kill me. It became a daily routine in the morning, get up, you would go to the bus stop, one of us, we had beer, and it was always a joint, before school, always. When we got in school, we would go in the bathroom and, smoke a cigarette, smoke a joint, knock off a beer, take a shot, something. That was to get the day started. After school, same routine, You go in, do your work, come back out, or before you go in, I was always one, okay, I need to hit a joint before I do my homework because it helps me think, And that was just part of life for me. It was routine. It never really became something that was a hassle, not in my eyes. It was like getting up brushing your teeth. You knew you was gonna get drunk and high, every day. That was just how it was. I woke up one morning in front of the campus police station on the sidewalk, drunk and high, and they were standing over me. And I was like, okay, yeah, something's going on here. 91, it's my sophomore year in college. I wasn't going to class. I was just there. And I was like, something has to change. And I got this bright idea that I would get disciplined if I went to the military. So I enlisted into the Navy. And I went to the Navy, left school that semester, went to boot camp, and went in as a reservist. I was in the Navy approximately a year and a half, going on my 2nd year, and the drugs, I just couldn't. Once I got out of boot camp, I went right back to smoking and drinking, and it caught up with me, and I got caught smoking in the military, and I got kicked out. I got a dishonorable discharge out of the Navy for smoking marijuana. It went from drug using to drug dealing, and then the using got the best of me. It went from marijuana to crack, popping pills, tried meth, ice, but my drug of choice was definitely crack. I was at my low because I was a full-fledged crackhead then. I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't bathe, I wouldn't take care of my family. I remember times I would leave my family in the house, no lights, no food, no heat, no nothing, and I'd have all the money and I'd go get high. I'd stay out 3 days, 2 days, week, and knowing what was going on, but I just couldn't stop. I chose to make a serious drug run. I wasn't gonna do just the street thing, I wanted to go all the way to the top. So I decided I was gonna go to Mexico. And I did, I went to Mexico. Got drugs, and I got caught. I got caught with a major amount of drugs, and I got sentenced to 30 years in the penitentiary. Sitting in this cell after I got convicted. You in another state, you don't know nobody. I was all alone. I knew then I was at my bottom. No one could help me, no money could get me out. There was no bail for me. My parents, lawyer, all that was done. It was just me and 30 years. I remember telling my dad one day, I said, once you get in the car with the devil, it's never a ride around the block. It's always, you take a long ride. 33 years, and this is where it ends. The first night there was a brawl. They threw a guy off the second balcony. That really opened my eyes to really realize I'm here, and I'm here to stay. The third night, they had a shakedown. And when you got people screaming and hollering and all these security come in at night and they tell you get on your knees, they got guns pointed at you, they got all this armor on, the lights are out, and all you can see is flashlights, and they bust in your cell, and the guns is pointed at you and their knees are in your back and they throwing everything in your cell out on the floor and you can hear all these shanks and they finding drugs and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, I can't take this. And the guys next door was like, you know, hey, they call me Kentucky. So you got to come out one of these days, Kentucky. You know, I never would say nothing. You know, when they brought my food, I'd slide it back out there. Whoever wanted can have it. And they said, you know, we're going to get you. One way or the other, we're going to get you, Kentucky. And I knew they were talking about testing me. So if you're going to test me, you're going to fight me. And these guys was actually talking about harming me, raping me. So I just sat in my cell, you know, all day that day. I didn't even open it. I just sat in there all day. And then it was the 7th day, about 3 in the morning. I was like, I can't sit in here all day. They was gonna make me come out anyway, or either come here and get me. So I tried to hype myself up, you know, toughen up. I'm like, okay, if they're gonna get me, they're gonna have to just beat me to death and kill me. I'm gonna die tomorrow. That's what I ended up coming, you know, to my conclusion. And I started thinking about my friends, you know, my brothers and sisters, my mom, my dad. And I called my mother and I told her, I was like, you never see me again. You know, your son is gonna die here in prison. And she's crying, and I sat there and I thought about her more than anything. And I remembered I remember coming in at night, many a nights, and she was always in her room praying, on her knees praying.